looking at a little bit flat corn market. Wheat's a little firmer. Soybeans not able to hang on to those overnight gains.
Yeah, disappointing in the soybean market, especially since they had some decent export sales this morning. The corn number, that was just an outstanding sale. I think it was a 29-week high for corn, and a good number for soybeans. Had really rebounded off of where we've been at the last 4 or 5 weeks. So I thought some really good numbers as far as exports. Wheat, a little disappointing. Some old, a little bit better for the new crop category, but overall not that beneficial. But I think the market's just kind of real choppy, going nowhere type of trade. You can see that with the corn virtually unchanged on the day, beans down a couple cents, wheat wants to trade higher. As it looks like some of that rain that was promised for the hard red wheat belt is going to go a little bit farther south, and then maybe get some rains next week again down in that Oklahoma and Kansas area. So it might be a long time for that wheat market to get any good drinks of water.
That's what I was going to say. That seems like that rain always ends up being a week away.
Seems like it just keeps getting pushed back farther and farther on the calendar, and they certainly could use some in northern Kansas, central Kansas as well. Just too dry there. They really need some rain bad.
Yeah, the long weekend playing into this too.
Absolutely. A lot of people don't want to take on any new positions ahead of that 3-day weekend, so you can't blame them with the uncertainty surrounding the tariffs and the White House. It's dangerous enough taking a position overnight, let alone a 3-day weekend. Sounds like there's positive talks between the U.S. and Mexico and maybe some other countries. Of course, nothing happening with China yet. That's kind of the big wild card, but it's the one that'll probably take the longest to work out as some sort of agreement. They have not bought a lot of soybeans from us, don't have that many beans to be shipped yet, and certainly don't need to be doing anything until August, September timeframe, when they start to run out of South American supplies.
Yeah, for sure. Livestock side, what's going on there?
Hearing cash bids at 208 in the Northern Plains, and we had a client just recently call us and say he was bid 210 and is going to take that 210. So I'd be up $2 on from last week's trade. So good movement in the cash markets. Midday boxes were higher, and futures reacting to that, anticipating the cash was going to be stronger this week, and it certainly looks like that is going to be the case. We're going to have a couple dollar higher cash trade, at least in the north. Southern trade, I haven't really heard much, but I think we'll start to hear more trade later this afternoon or even tomorrow before we start to get that cash market worked out.
Yeah. I'm guessing, too, once we get past the Easter holiday, we'll start seeing demand pick up a little bit for growing season, or not?
I have to think so. All the country should be warmed up after this holiday. We get into the first part of May, and then you have Mother's Day, Father's Day coming around the corner. All good times to start the grill up if you don't do it all year round. And so I think that demand is going to start to pick up, and consumer really hasn't backed off of beef even at these higher price levels. We've seen exports slow down a little bit, but the retail consumers, they're still very strong for the beef trade.
Yeah. Anything else we should be aware of?
I wish we had more news to talk about, but there just isn't that much out there at this point. Anyway, a lot of talk about the tariffs and how that's going to impact things going forward.
Yeah, for sure. All right, very good. Thanks much. Have a good Easter.
Well, thanks. You do the same. Have a great weekend.